Alright, I'm going to talk about some stuff, and I don't have anything bookmarked, really, but it's going to be casual. First of all, the new camera, I took it out for my first sort of day's use, like a whole day, and it was pretty good. A couple things, it was a little bit slow turning off after I whip it out, take a photo, and then turn it off, and it was kind of slow to turn off a little bit, and I found it wasn't always turning off on the first button push. Same with video, I find the video doesn't always start the first time you push the video record button, so I'm not sure what that is. I did have GPS on though, and the GPS thing, it got its lock about half the time, usually within a few seconds, so that was pretty solid, and that was turning it off and on for each photo. So that was turning it on, the photo, and it would get a lock within a few seconds, so that was pretty good. Of course, the second I start, they're coming out next door. But so I'm gonna just go to, for hardware talk, basically with these updates, I don't know how many that I'm going to be doing, probably not on a weekly basis. I need to, basically, I like talking about hardware, but yeah, probably not going to be doing it on a weekly basis, but I will be doing sort of updates on general things on a random basis. So if you want to see what I'm mainly up to, what I mainly do is take photos, so go to my blog for that, blog.andrebotour.com. There'll be a link in the thing. Or if you want to see, basically the blog is sort of a curated, my favorites type of thing, but I upload everything that I take to Flickr, and now that will have the location data and stuff for the photos that did get the GPS lock. So if you want to see that, you can go to Flickr, flickr.com/andrebotour. I'll put a link there as well. And so that's what I mainly do, but on the side I like to do hardware stuff and work with hardware and talk about hardware. So I'm going to do that now. So on PC perspective, I see a little thumbnail here that says Asus Z7087 motherboard lineup preview, and I see that gold heatsink that we saw in that preview thumbnail, but when I actually scroll through them, we get the Maximus Gene, Maximus Extreme, Maximus Hero, and it's the ROG look, so it's subjective. The Sabertooth one, the overall design of the armor looks very similar, but it does have, I see it has a couple of switches up at the top and on the I/O side. I don't actually know what those are, and the heatsink is designed a little bit differently, it seems. It looks a little strange, actually, to me. It's still got those tiny little fans. I actually heard someone suggested getting a Noctua 40mm fans, because they do have one of those, and replacing the horrible little fan on my RAID enclosure with one of those Noctua ones, and I might do that. But I also heard on the page, the NCIX page for the Noctua fan, people were saying that they were buying those and replacing the Sabertooth fans with the Noctua ones, and that was better. So that's if you have a Sabertooth board and you want to replace the fans, look at the Noctua 40mm fans. They do have those, and they're not $20 like the regular Noctuas. They're I think $12. So there's the Sabertooth Z87 full-size one, and then there is the Griffin Z87, which is like Sabertooth colors, in an MATX form factor, which I like, and it doesn't have the armor, which I like, because I think the one without the armor looks better. And it says Windows 8 ready right on the board, which is kind of funny, but no big deal, of course. It says Griffin Z87 on it, which I think is nice. It's of course it's just a nitpicky, fussy thing, but I actually like the name of the motherboard to look good, like the actual word of it to look good. So with the M Power, I don't like the font that they use for M, and I don't like the word M Power. But obviously I overlooked that and got it anyway. But the Griffin, I think it's a good looking word. And oh, of course, there's a Griffin armor kit that you can get. So that's an add-on, I guess. And then, so that's it. But I don't actually see that one with the gold that we see, that I sort of saw in the thumbnail here. So I don't know what that is. I guess that's the yeah, that looks like the Griffin heatsink, sort of, but just with the color cranked up or something. But I don't know, I can't say for sure. So PC Per. The Linus Tech Tip forums was down, but it's up now, so maybe I'll have a look at the news there. Water-cooled phone, anyone? Gran Turismo 6 screenshots. AMD Never Settled Reloaded lineup. AMD is introducing new limited time promotion, Never Settle Reloaded Level Up, that adds Tomb Raider to the 7900 series and 7790. And it also adds Crysis 3 to 7870, okay. Amazon Crazy Game Sale, Socket 1150 on a Dutch site. There was a few things. There was a 780 apparently leak, but it looked to me like just a Titan with 780 photoshopped on it. I can't imagine that they would use that level of cooler on the 780 or the 770, but it looked just like Photoshop. There's 4770K overclocked to 7 gigahertz, but they the voltage says it's 2.5, so that's insane. So I have no idea whether the voltage is actually, you know, able to do that with 87, or if that's just ridiculous. So ECS, Elite Group. Elite Group, I saw an older motherboard from them on the Lavco Price site, and it looked really, really good. Like, it looked clean, minimal, totally black, all black, and not sure. This is posted by Nick Trance on Linus Tech Tips. Not sure how many people still actually care about this company's motherboards with brands such as Asus, Gigabyte, MSI, but they revealed the 8 series motherboards. So, okay, here's a link. Okay, so it says some stuff, but I won't really read it. You can read it yourself if you want. GeForce 7 series announced in a week, and that's from today. So here's a video from Time to Live Customs. So it says here, it's a live video, and it says GeForce GTX live review. It says please stand by for 6 days, 18 hours, 18 minutes. So so basically it says the GTX is going to be a live review in a week. So TTL posted a video long ago. I think you need to be subbed to see it, but it's just a countdown for the live review in 7 days. Alright, so there's that. Alleged 780 box art. Well, whatever. I don't care. So there's also TTL Gigabyte boards. Okay, this one I didn't. I saw the UD3, I think. I didn't see the UD4 yet. Okay, so this is Time to Live custom channel on YouTube, Tiny Tom. Gigabyte G1 Sniper 5, Z87X UD4H, G1 Sniper 5 preview. There's two, okay, G1 Sniper 5, G1 Sniper M5, sorry. Z87X OC, Z87 D3 HP, and then there's Aria Gladiator. On the YouTube for PC Perspective, there is a video of the iBuyPower Revolt, which I think was pretty neat. I liked how on the inside it's very, compact. It's small, like a console, like the original Xbox was almost. And it has a 670 in there. It has a 3770, I believe. It has, you can put 8 gigs of RAM. It has, all the normal stuff. And it looks pretty. I mean, I feel like I saw this at one of the booths in CES from Linus, but I think it was in the MSI booth. But it would have made more sense if it was in the iBuyPower booth, but I don't remember, so whatever. Anyways, so I bookmarked a couple things, but very few things in my Delicious for this week. I'm just gonna have a quick peek there, and then I'll end it probably. And like I said, this is sort of fun to do, but really, it's not going to be doing it on a weekly basis. So there was a screenshot here, GTX 780 CPU-Z screenshot, and then there was DirectX 12 listed in the DirectX, so they're speculating whether a DirectX 12 would be out, and I guess it would sort of be around the right time for a new DirectX. And also there's Windows, Windows 8.1 Blue is coming, and apparently it has a start button, but it leads to the Metro thing, is what I heard. But that is kind of like almost a non-story, because all you do is move your mouse to the corner of the screen and you can click and get Metro. So that's the same thing as a start button, so I'm not really sure what the big deal is there. Battlefield 3 servers down. That was a thing on the Linus streams. I literally haven't played Battlefield in so long. I mean, I've got so many games that I have that I don't play. Battlefield 3 is like at the bottom of the list for those, so I have no idea whether that's actually true or whatever. Oh, and then a good thing to sort of... Oh, there's... Okay, two more things I had. One of them was the Cooler Master N series. That's kind of a semi-clean looking case from Cooler Master, which is good, although it's very plasticky and light and cheap looking, although I do think the front looks good and clean. And so there's N200 and 400 and 600, but it still has that horrible, ugly bubble thing on the side door, which I think is horrible. And it's just so-so. Definitely wouldn't buy it or anything. And then Asetek. I was seeing a few Asetek cases in pre-built systems and stuff in the PC CPU Power User magazine. And the Asetek, most of them are kind of busy and what I would consider to be not nice. But one of them is the Silentium 920 It's the ultimate noise reduction, blah blah blah. Anyways, it has in the pictures it looks like it's a glossy front, but if you actually Google and look at high-res photos of it, the black one anyway is a matte front, but it's got really clean lines, and it actually looks, I thought it would look really kind of cheap in person, and these photos on here almost look like computer animated renders, but if you look at it in real life, it's actually a matte front for the black one, and it actually looks really good in my opinion. I think that it looks great. The inside's kind of not as nice, but it looks good. And NZXT has a new case. It's kind of a silent case, like an R4 type thing, and that one looks okay too. And then so there was the Cooler Master, the AZA, and the NZXT case. They had a countdown for that, but when I clicked the link it was over, so I don't know when the countdown actually happened. And then this is an older thing, it's from May 9th, but it says AMD 9970 leaked, and they're saying they might skip the 8000 and do an all-new 9000 series to be released in December. I don't know if there's any new info on that yet, since this was like a week ago, but it says 9000 will be manufactured at 20 nanometer, so there will be less power consumption, heat output, more performance per watt, paired with the new architecture, which should mean massive performance gains. And then this is probably AMD's counter to the Titan / rumored 780. So that's good. I think that's nice, and I'm happy to see that sort of thing. I'm totally okay with people skipping generations and then coming out with something that's a bigger performance boost.